Kody Brown's custody clash with Christine, financial struggles, and family fallout unfold. As Sister Wives Season 19 continues to deliver emotional twists and eye-opening revelations, Kody Brown finds himself facing more than just the breakup of his plural marriage. With three of his former wives, Mary, Janelle, and Christine, now officially out of the family structure, the stakes have shifted. The most recent turn: Kody is entangled in a legal dispute with Christine over financial support for their youngest daughter, Truly. The dispute has quickly become a hot topic among viewers who've watched the unraveling of this once unified family. While fans are no strangers to the tension between Kody and his former wives, this latest chapter highlights the emotional and financial strain of co-parenting after separation. The legal battle: child support or emotional accountability? Christine's request for financial support isn't about revenge or animosity. It's about ensuring that her daughter receives the resources she needs. Raising a child alone, especially after years in a plural marriage where responsibilities were shared, at least in theory, comes with serious challenges. Christine, now the sole daily caregiver for Truly, is navigating the financial burden alone, and she's turned to the courts to formalize Kody's contribution. Critics of Kody's parenting have pointed out that his concerns often appear more focused on finances than emotional well-being. Instead of discussing how often he sees Truly or how he stays connected to her life, much of Kody's commentary, both on and off-screen, centers around how much money he feels is fair to contribute. But here's a crucial point: court-ordered child support isn't a punishment, it's a starting point. It represents the minimum a parent is expected to contribute financially, based on income and custody arrangements. It doesn't account for the emotional labor, the missed job opportunities, the sleepless nights, or the everyday logistics of raising a child. Christine, who has shown resilience and independence since leaving Kody, isn't asking for extravagance. She's asking for shared responsibility. Kody's spending habits under scrutiny. While the custody battle unfolds, another layer to the story is emerging: Kody's finances. Despite appearing concerned about paying child support, fans have noticed Kody's lifestyle hasn't exactly reflected hardship. From luxury vehicles and expensive watches to maintaining a well-groomed appearance, viewers have raised questions about his financial priorities. Some fans speculate that Kody has used Robyn as a deflection point, portraying her as the extravagant spender to shield his own habits from scrutiny. Robyn's name is on many assets, and she's often painted as the one who pushed for the massive Arizona home and other purchases. But behind the scenes, it seems Kody has also indulged in costly tastes. If Kody can afford high-end vehicles and designer accessories, critics argue, surely he can contribute a reasonable amount toward his daughter's well-being. The bigger picture: what about the children? This isn't just about Truly or a single court order. It's about what message the Brown family dynamic sends to the many children involved. A child should never be caught in the crossfire of adult conflict. Regardless of how the relationship between the parents ended, the focus should always remain on ensuring that the child feels loved, supported, and connected to both parents. Visitation and custody orders are not ceilings, they are baselines. A non-custodial parent isn't limited to seeing their child every other weekend. There's room for weekday visits, shared dinners, attending school plays, and cheering from the sidelines at sports events. That kind of consistent involvement helps children feel secure in uncertain times. In this context, Kody's engagement, or lack thereof, with Truly and his other children since the family split is under a microscope. Some viewers feel that the deeper issue isn't just about finances, but emotional investment. Is Robyn pressuring Kody for new wives? In a teaser for an upcoming episode, Robyn is seen asking Kody whether he's truly committed to monogamy, or if he'd consider adding another wife. This has sparked a flurry of theories. One popular theory is that Robyn might be urging Kody to bring new wives into the family to restore income that was lost when Mary, Janelle, and Christine left. Each wife brought her share of the TLC contract with her when she exited the family. With fewer stars, the financial pot has grown thinner, and the idea of rebuilding a plural family may be less about belief and more about the irony isn't lost on longtime fans. Back when the show began, Kody dreamed of a larger, diverse family, but couldn't afford the lifestyle he wanted. Now, even with Sister Wives in its 19th season, he may find himself in the same boat. He wants a certain kind of partner, someone glamorous, financially savvy, and media-ready. But sustaining those relationships comes at a cost. A man out of time. Kody Brown may be at a turning point. Once the confident patriarch of a sprawling plural family, he now appears isolated, surrounded by financial pressure, emotional estrangement, and growing resentment from his former spouses and children. He faces a simple but difficult question. Is he willing to change? Being a father doesn't end with divorce. A parent's role evolves, but the responsibility remains. Financial contributions are important, but equally vital is showing up, emotionally and physically, for your children. If Kody truly wants to rebuild trust and stability with his kids, and perhaps even the viewers who once admired his ideals, he may need to shift his focus away from his image and possessions, and back toward the people who matter most, his children. Final thoughts. The custody case with Christine is about far more than money. It's a symbol of a family in transition, of relationships tested, and of accountability. Fans aren't just watching a TV drama, they are watching a real family work through the painful, often messy reality of divorce, co-parenting, and financial strain. Whether or not Kody steps up in the way Christine hopes remains to be seen. But what's clear is that this chapter of Sister Wives is defining not just Kody's legacy as a father, but the path forward for each member of the unfolding saga of Sister Wives. Few headlines have stirred as much outrage and disbelief as the claim that Kody Brown, a man once championing the virtues of family unity, would willingly spend a reported $70,000 on Robyn's extravagant doll collection, while simultaneously resisting the court-ordered child support that Christine requested to help care for their daughter, Truly. The contradiction struck a nerve with fans and critics alike. How could a man who once preached about responsibility and spiritual leadership now refuse to invest in the future of his own child, while spending tens of thousands on a shelf of porcelain faces? The scene, Robyn's heirlooms. It began innocently enough. Robyn Brown, the youngest and now only remaining wife in Kody's spiritual marriage, had always been sentimental. During early seasons, she would occasionally mention her affinity for antiques, collectibles, and the idea of building a legacy. But what began as a nostalgic hobby slowly turned into an obsession. In recent years, insiders close to the family revealed that Robyn had transformed a section of their Flagstaff home into a private showroom, a carefully lit, climate-controlled space filled with over 100 dolls, ranging from handcrafted porcelain figurines to vintage European collectibles. Each one, Robyn claimed, had a story and a spirit. She calls them her girls, one source shared. She really believes they're part of her legacy. But the price tag, it's outrageous. According to the same source, Kody, eager to please Robyn and preserve the harmony of his now fractured household, didn't hesitate when Robyn asked for another custom glass case, or when she found a rare doll at auction in London that cost nearly $10,000. One doll, carved in the likeness of a 19th century pioneer child, reportedly set them back $12,500. By the time they were done redecorating and adding to the collection, the couple had spent over $70,000. Christine's reality. Meanwhile, Robyn Brown, who had officially left the plural marriage and relocated to Utah with their youngest daughter, truly faced a very different reality. Raising a teenager in a new state wasn't easy. Truly was entering her teenage years, dealing with the emotional fallout of the family split, and adjusting to a new school, new friends, and new routines. Christine bore the emotional and financial load, ensuring her daughter had everything from school supplies and extracurricular fees to therapy appointments and dental care. She's not asking for luxury. A close friend of Christine's explained. She's asking for fairness. She just wants Kody to contribute to Truly's life the way a father should. Court filings revealed that Christine requested child support that would help cover basic costs: housing, food, healthcare, and education. The amount was reasonable for someone of Kody's income, especially given his ongoing involvement in the TLC reality series and the money he continued to earn from brand appearances and endorsements tied to sister wives. But Kody pushed back. Kody's stance: it's not fair. Kody's response to the child support request shocked even those familiar with his recent behavior. She's got a job, he reportedly told a friend. She's got a new man. Why am I the only one paying? His argument centered on fairness, or at least his interpretation of it. He claimed he already paid enough over the years. He insisted that Christine had access to family resources and that he shouldn't be expected to fund her new life. But for many, the math didn't add up. Kody was still pulling in thousands of dollars per episode. He drove a luxury SUV, wore designer sunglasses, and was regularly spotted with expensive jewelry and accessories. More infamously, he was still making high-ticket purchases to support Robyn's collector dreams. He'll shell out $8,000 for a German porcelain doll, but he can't help pay for his own daughter's braces. A furious viewer commented online, "That's not a father. That's a fraud." Robyn's defense: it's part of our legacy. Robyn, often cast as the controversial figure in the sister wives dynamic, offered her own justification in a rare confessional. "These dolls, they're not just things," she said, brushing dust from the lace of a century-old figure. "They're pieces of history. I want my children, our children, to grow up surrounded by culture, beauty, and grace. I want them to inherit." Robyn failed to mention was that her own children had their private school tuition fully paid, access to new electronics, and rooms filled with furniture from boutique shops. Meanwhile, Truly, by all accounts, was living modestly, but happily, with her mother in a suburban home in Salt Lake City. Legacy isn't about things. Christine later responded in her own online video. "It's about love. It's about showing up. That's what kids remember." Fans weigh in. The backlash was immediate. Reddit threads, fan forums, and Twitter lit up with outrage. One user posted side-by-side images of Robyn's dolls and a screenshot of Truly smiling on her birthday with homemade cupcakes, writing, "One of these cost $8,000. The other just wants her dad to call." Another wrote, "Kody's priorities are as broken as his marriage is." TLC producers, always aware of the ratings value in real-life drama, leaned into the controversy. Season 19 episodes began to focus more heavily on the growing disconnect between Kody and his older children, and particularly his struggles with the idea of financial responsibility now that his family was no longer under one roof. The heart of the matter. At the core of this story isn't just a man who chose a doll collection over child support. It's a reflection of how fractured relationships reveal a person's values when the cameras stop rolling and the glamour of reality TV fades. For years, Kody preached unity. But in this moment, when his daughter needed him not as a TV dad, but a real one, he seemed more focused on appearances and control than responsibility. Christine, for her part, didn't lash out. Instead, she kept building a new life, rooted in independence and warmth. She posted pictures of Truly at her science fair, of the two of them baking together, and even quietly celebrated when a local women's group donated school supplies to support single moms. A final twist. Whispers in the reality TV world suggest that Robyn's collection may become part of a new business venture, a boutique or online auction house where she sells heirloom-quality dolls. But as of now, it remains a private museum to extravagance, quietly sitting behind glass cases in Flagstaff. And Truly? She recently won a small scholarship for a writing contest about resilience. Her essay, titled What It Means to Show Up, ended with this line: "Sometimes the people who say they'll always be there aren't. But that's okay, because the people who are there, they're enough." Epilogue. In a world filled with cameras, confessions, and curated narratives, it's the quiet truths that resonate most. A $70,000 doll collection might gleam in the light, but it's a phone call, a hug, a check for school lunch, or a visit to the science fair that really shows love. Kody Brown may have chosen porcelain over presents, but Christine and Truly are choosing peace over pettiness. And in that choice, they're finding something money can't buy: freedom. Would you like me to create a visual graphic of Robyn's doll collection as imagined in this story?